Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
We have breaking news tonight. A firefight is underway in rural Hawley, Minnesota.
We first got word of it about 45 minutes ago. Red River Valley Dispatch did confirm that firefighters were heading for the 17,000 block of 43rd Avenue North in Hawley. There are unconfirmed reports that the structure there is fully engulfed. Now, we have a camera that's expected to fire up shortly. We expect to update this story before the end of the newscast and online at valleynewslive.com.
For many people, we focus on the fact that we have secure schools. We practice lockdown drills. We have school resource officers. While all of those measures are really important to help our kids physically safe, I think for some of our students that doesn't do much for their feeling of psychological safety.
There's a renewed focus on student mental health after last week's deadly school shooting in Florida.
A local program aims to proactively address the issue. Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall has more on trauma-sensitive schools.
Oftentimes, when mental health concerns bubble up in the school, there's a connection to traumatic life experience. There are certainly kids in every single classroom, in every single building here in the Fargo-Moorhead area that have kids that are showing up with these types of experiences.
Traumatic life experiences include almost any threat a child has experienced, from a car accident to child abuse. And they can permanently affect children's brains and their performance in school.
There's research that shows that if a child has been through traumatic events, that can change how their brain works. And so rather than that student doesn't care about this class, it's maybe like what else is going on with them that I can help with.
Teachers are being taught to identify and connect with students dealing with traumatic events thanks to a program called Trauma Sensitive Schools.
It's basically a different lens for them to look at students through.
Noticing when they're struggling academically or behaviorally and asking themselves the question, what might the role of trauma be in this situation?
This week, training wrapped up for West Fargo Public Schools, paving the way for more students to get the help they need.
If we know that it's about traumatic life experiences, our interventions and our strategies to support and help them and their family are often different than if we assume it's because it's a learning disability or it's, intentionally defiant behavior.
And back on the right path.
You can't fully educate a child without looking at their social and emotional growth and well-being. You have to look at the whole person and look at the whole student if you're really looking at, success.
In West Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
Research says that 1 in 4 children has been exposed to a traumatic event and that people are impacted differently by trauma. Some signs to look out for include depression, aggression, inattention, and chronic absenteeism.
Snow has moved into the FM area just as Hutch told us it would. Let's check in to find out how large this white blanket is that's spread across the valley. Hutch has the latest for us. Hutch?
Well, as we head to bed, our roads are getting a little on the slippery side here in the FM area. Even though amounts are quite light thus far, the snow is expected to continue through the overnight. Radar shows that it is spreading up into southern Minnesota with the heaviest of the snow. But we have a batch through southeast North Dakota and Lakes Country that is going to accumulate as we go through the overnight hours. Winter weather advisory for many of our counties. It does not include the FM area, although we will get some wintry conditions here. It will continue to spread north and east through the overnight and be out of here for the most part by the time we rise and shine. Expecting snowfall totals between an inch or so in the Fargo area to upwards of 3 inches in our south and eastern counties. More on that in your hour-by-hour forecast in a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
Some kind of a mechanical issue on board an incoming airplane prompted emergency crews to scramble tonight. We were told that there was some kind of an engine failure. Whatever it was, the plane in question touched down without any problems at Hector International Airport. The plane will be thoroughly inspected to determine what went wrong.
Events in downtown Fargo may become a bit more festive in the coming months.
The city's downtown community partnership is hoping to allow alcohol consumption in public during selected events like the downtown street fair.
Valley News Team's Ashley Holcomb tells us what this means for businesses if the ordinance is passed.
We're after an experience and people to be able to mingle and enjoy. I mean, cities around the world allow this, entertainment districts around the world.
The Downtown Community Partnership is hoping to make alcoholic beverages public, allowing people to walk in and out of restaurants and bars without feeling rushed to finish.
To create that experience downtown and possibly allow people to mingle the streets and enjoy a cocktail and not have to slam it, and be able to mingle and go in and out of restaurants and retailers of choice within a designated area or a zone.
They want to support local businesses, giving them a chance to take advantage of the crowd instead of closing up shop during events like the street fair. Kelsey Hansen works at a retailer downtown. She says the potential change could be good for businesses.
I think it's a pretty good idea. Yeah, it's downtown Fargo and there's a lot of bars and a lot of people, and that's just how it is.
I'm really excited to try it because I think it could be a good thing not just for downtown, but for Fargo at large. We think it'd almost be safer than if people weren't slamming their drinks. They were able to take them with them and enjoy them rather than make it into, a drinking event.
So far, nothing has been passed, but the discussion is happening. But while the idea is being considered, Rademacher wants to make sure there is no confusion.
We're not embracing or encouraging binge drinking or overuse. It's about being an adult in that experience and being able to mingle.
In Fargo, Ashley Holcomb, Valley News Live.
Supporters are hoping to use the street as sort of a test run for the idea, with hopes that it branches off additional events downtown in the future.
A Moorhead athlete will soon see the slopes in Pyeongchang. 17-year-old Bryn Duncan applied for a grant to go to South Korea, and out of hundreds, she was chosen. A team of athletes will be teaching kids with disabilities there how to use adaptive equipment to ski. Bryn's back was broken in a car accident when she was 7 years old, and just 1 year later, she was learning how to use a monoski. She currently skis for two teams, one in Utah, the other one in Colorado.
We're there to show them that you have a life even though you're disabled, because in countries where their culture is different than ours, it's not seen that way and it's not perceived that way, even though that's like how it is. I have the same opportunities as they would. Whether or not they're equal or not is just, it's a different story. But we're just kind of there to show them that you do have a life and that you can do things.
While Bryn is there, she will get to attend the Paralympic opening ceremony as well as some of the events to cheer on Team USA athletes.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you like organic food but can't stomach the cost, stick around. We've got ways to eat organic on a budget later on Valley News Live at 10.
Up next, hundreds of trials zero in on the effectiveness of antidepressants.